Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com here at the THSCA Coaching School and Convention in San Antonio, and they let him back in. It is with deep regret that I welcome in the head coach of the Crosby Cougars.
No excitement in your voice
Jeff
there.
Riordan. Jeff Riordan and I are currently locked in a battle to blackmail one another. You are going to Rick Renner for what now?
Man, I was doing an interview yesterday for the Friday, Friday night Texas football thing for Fox Sports, and somehow the conversation got into a picture of you playing football at Capel, and I said I need that picture.
Well, the thing is, I have a picture of Jeff Riordan getting makeup applied to his shiny bald head when he was on during, it's like between games at the state championship games. Yeah, and I texted that to your lovely wife Mandy, and I said, deploy this whenever necessary. So
you still have it, the picture?
Yeah, I think so. I would have to go through my phone.
You sent it to my wife.
So it's a cold war between Jeff Riordan and I, and your staff won't leave me alone on Twitter. It's just a whole thing. So let's talk about Crosby and the weirdest playoff draw of all time. You guys go 9-1.
Yes, sir.
And somehow draw another 9-1 team in the first round of the playoffs and play an all-timer with Port Neches Groves. Are you just looking forward to what should hopefully be a normal playoff draw this year? It's truly bizarre. Obviously, things came together in a certain way to make that happen. It's all on the up and up, but it's just truly bizarre that we got that in the first round.
Man, it was crazy. Well, we thought it was like 98% sure we were playing Vider. So me and Coach Matthews had already, FaceTime, flipped the coin, did all that stuff, and had our game time set, our stadium set. Everything was, moving toward. We thought 99% we're going to play Vider. Well, last night at district, crazy things happened, and me and Faircloth call each other. Yeah, I think we're playing. This is ridiculous. And going into that game all week, I knew it was going to be one of those games because, those guys were really, really talented on offense, and we were really, really talented on offense, and had a lot of injuries and guys playing out of position on defense. So I knew it was gonna be. I didn't know it was gonna be that crazy. Yeah. Now I was thinking more of like a 42-35 game, but
not 72-69.
10 touchdowns scored on, 20 total touchdowns, 1,500 yards. It was definitely a game you wanted to be at watching.
Yeah,
it was definitely exciting.
Well, I'll tell you, I couldn't be there watching, but I was in the second Mandy Riordan shout out. I was following her Twitter account, and if you ever need like the greatest play-by-play, she was like, it was just like, they scored again, frowny face.
Yeah.
We scored again, like happy face.
Yeah.
It was like it was truly bizarre. And now, well, the good news is like you don't have to see Port Neches Groves anytime soon. Like they're
in our district. We are district foes now. We play them week 7, I think. I got to go back and look at it, but I seen Faircloth yesterday, and he, it's just, it'd be fun. It'd be fun. They got to come to the jungle, so that's a little.
They got to come to the jungle. That's right.
They got to different in the jungle, but it's going to be. They got their quarterback back. We got our quarterback back, and I don't think it's going to be 72-69, but we'll be better on defense. I guarantee.
Don't give up 69.
Stamp that.
Don't give up 70. You'll be better on defense.
Yeah, our personnel is going to be a lot better.
Okay.
On defense,
so then let's talk about that. What is going to because we've come to know Crosby football as it exists as high flying offense. Defense, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
What's going to be different about defense this year?
I think we're changing up. Our defense coordinator went back home to Corsicana, be closer to family. So hired a new defense coordinator, so we're going to have some changes just schematically with our defense. But personnel-wise, we're going to be healthy. We're going to be athletic. We had a lot of injuries last year, some guys coming back. We're just going to have a lot more speed on defense, some younger kids that played JV last year. Moved up, played some varsity last year because of injuries. We're going to be way more experienced and just flat out way more athletic on defense. That's going to help. There's not going to be people just running butt naked open down the field and a quarterback throwing it 70 yards to a receiver wide open, because we'll be just personnel-wise be more athletic on defense. We had a bunch of kids. When I say that, we had a safety last year that should have been our backup running back behind Squirrel. He has to go over and play safety because of those issues in the secondary. So he'll be our starting running back this year. That's his position. That's what he's good at. He's not good at safety. And so our personnel is going to be a lot better. We're going to have some kids that can just make plays on defense. That's going to help. And I think we'll still be good offensively, I hope.
But I did know P&G was in your – I was just giving you trouble.
I know.
That, right?
I know you did.
I
thought you was trying to lead me in and set me up for, give me a little layup there.
Of course I was.
So, yeah.
So then the offensive side. New faces. You lose probably your most notable face, right, in Squirrel Williams off to Baylor. But the guys you have back, and I definitely want your take on it, which is why I'm asking you. The guys you have back, it seems like you have them in the most important spots.
Yep.
You got the quarterback, and you got some pretty solid offensive linemen. Yep. If you can only pick a couple places to do it, it seems like that's where you'd want to have those guys.
Right. Definitely having the quarterback back, your trigger man, the coach on offense, the leader, and Jaden Howard, who he had 3,000 yards and 30 touchdowns last year,
and he got better as the year went on.
Oh, and he got a lot better as the year. He played a lot as a sophomore because Manny got hurt and had to come in and play as a sophomore, and he was, he wasn't ready yet physically. The arm was live, the mental part was there, but he was just so skinny. He's a real tall kid, so he hadn't put on the weight yet. And then last year, just as the year progressed, he just got better and better. And he's going to have a different element to his game this year. Oh, Jaden can run, and he's put on some strength.
Are you gonna let him run?
Yeah, if needed. I'm not going to run him until I have to. My philosophy is try to keep my quarterback healthy until it counts. But there'll be a few games where we cut him loose, and he's going to be a difference maker. And like you said, our offensive line is going to be really good next year. Chase Todd is a Division I prospect that has plenty of offers. That's going to be our anchor on the offensive line, but we have some really good players also besides him that are under the radar with Chris Cole and Keegan Scheck-Snyder and some guys like that. We're going to be okay. The skill guys won't be Craig or CPAT, won't be Squirrel and CPAT out there that had 4,000 yards and 50 touchdowns last year, but a kid named Matthew Fignana who was very solid last year, who had a great offseason, great 7-on-7, is going to be our go-to guy, and then Marquise Doucette is a 4-4 guy. He's going to be a lot like CPAT, and we look for big things out of him. I think we'll be okay.
A legit 4-4 guy, because we looked a lot of 4-4s in the magazine.
Well, he went to college camp Friday and ran 4.45.
That's a 4.4.
So we'll see.
That's a 4.4.
We'll see on my watch Monday.
I tell people all the time. I'm like, man, you'd be stunned at how many kids run a 4.3 in this state.
Oh, I know.
You'd be stunned.
I know. I don't think we have any 4.3s. But
do you even recognize this program from when you took it over? Because it seems to me that it has changed a ton in your time there.
Yeah, I didn't know where Crosby was. I've never heard of Crosby. I was at Sulphur Springs in East Texas, from the DFW area. So when it came time for me to go look for a head coaching job, and Crosby was one of the open ones, I had to do a little research, and looking into it, you could see that there was talent there, and called some coaches, Brandon Faircloth being one, Steve Hale being the other, that kind of knew the area. They told me it was a gold mine, for the right guy, and they were right. It's a gold mine. I mean, great kids, great community. Not just the change in the success, just the whole change in the community and the facilities and the support from the top down, and it's kind of blown up. Code Red is kind of blown up down there, which is great, and that's what you want. You want your program to recruit itself, and that's what we do. And we promote our program, we promote our kids. We want our kids to have a good experience in our program.
So we have you 7th in the state. I will tell you, one of your assistants who shall not be named, one of your tiny assistants who shall not be named.
There's only two, Jonah or Roe.
One of your tiny assistants who shall not be named.
Jonah's having allergies. So he's over there, so he didn't want to get on air because he's having allergies. So I asked Roe if he wanted to come sit in my lap and do the interview this year. I knew you'd like that.
Yeah. You knew right. One of your tiny assistants who shall not be named told me that he didn't like that you were ranked 7th. He thought that was too high.
I don't know. We'll see. I like it. I like the expectation. I mean, that's kind of the bar that and the standard that we set there, and I like the high expectation. I think our kids went through all the offseason with a chip on their shoulder. Going out in the first round even to a great PNG team, that was below our standard. We call it NOS, not our standard. And, the kids But I think it may have triggered what's about to happen this season because we've had a great offseason in summer.
Yeah, because there are some coaches who want you to rank them last in the state and be like, no, I don't want anything. You know, there's some coaches who we've talked to who don't like that that they're ranked. Right. So, but you're the other way. You're like, no, bring it on.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Okay.
I'm definitely good with it.
Jonah, come here. Jonah Riordan joining us to spin the Dick's Sporting Goods wheel of questions for his father to do it. You want to give this
the camera and say hello.
Wave the camera. There
say
he
hi,
is.
Mom. I love you.
There, good job, buddy. Good job. You can spin this wheel for your dad. It's a Dick's Sporting Goods wheel of questions. Whatever it lands on is what your dad's going to have to answer. We're going to see what it lands on. This will be good. The Dick's Sporting Goods wheel of questions. All right. Oh, this is great.
Oh,
and actually, this
awesome.
is really good. I want to hear about a crazy play that you called.
And I got a great story, too.
That worked. I'm here for it. Let's go.
This is good stuff.
Good job, Jonah.
We have our, our kids do 7-on-7. We do it right. We don't coach our kids in 7-on-7. We get lawn chairs, and they got it. Well, going into this, not this last season, the season before in 7-on-7, they started running a little sprint out play. Jaden was throwing it to CPAT, and CPAT was hooking lateral to Craig. Okay. And they ran that the first play of every 7-on-7, and it was a touchdown. So we play in Kingwood Park. They score. There's like 4 seconds to half. They score, kick it off. We have 2 seconds on the clock. They're going to be in prevent. It's time to run the play the kids put in. Not me, the kids. So call the play. We had a signal for it. I don't remember what the signal was. Our offense coordinator designed that. I didn't. And called the hook and lateral. 85-yard touchdown. And that's the play the kids put in.
And so
no credit to me. No credit to the coaches.
Well, now you say no credit to you. But after the game, somebody's asking you, the Houston Chronicles coming in and be like, who designed that play? Be like,
and I tell them that. No, I tell them the same story. I'm like, truthfully, the kids put that play in, and it was so successful in 7-on-7. We put it in. We put the protection in, of course, and we practiced it. When we practiced our trick plays, we practiced it. And the kids were like, Coach, when are we going to run it? When are we going to run it? Well, the right time came up. We ran it, 85-yard touchdown, and as a coach, it's hard to stat that. I don't know who you give the kid.
That is weird. So I think CPAT would theoretically.
He would get the 12-yard.
He would get the 12-yard catch, and then I think it goes. Does it go as a handoff?
I don't know what it goes.
Does it goes as a run from there? Because I don't know.
I let my stat guy do that.
It's theoretically my job to know that, but when have I ever done my job?
But right before half, it was great, and we went into halftime, and the kids fired up, and one of those things.
Well, we will continue our Cold War. And we'll just plan on doing this next year.
I know too many people that know you, so I'm gonna get some pictures. I'm gonna get some pictures.
He's Jeff Riordan of Crosby. He's a big jerk. Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it. Thank you.